And here, just talking about having done all of that, there's a need to align the assets that you have as a communicator, or preacher, or teacher, or or wherever you find yourself, right? And that affects the way you create the message, right? Uh, and I love the way Dr. Frank Thomas, kind of explain or use the analogy or allegory of communication with music. I love music, right? I'm an artist at heart. I love creating things. I love being innovative. I love creativity, right? And I'm not going to be in a place where someone is not putting their heart to the work, and everyone that works for me knows I don't do things the way everybody does it. Let's try to tweak something around. I love beauty. I love applying my heart and my heart to whatever it is that I do. So the same thing goes here with communication, right? It's just like a music, right? And I love music, right? I listen to all kinds of music, right? And some might listen to just the music, just the music, right? I couldn't bother about the words, the music, because I'm a musician at heart, right? And yeah, the words. There are times I do it with the words also, but music can get me where the words are not necessarily right, and I'm all about the music, right? But the same thing with communication, right? I can have all the things that I want to communicate, and I'm not being able to do it in a melodious or in a musical fashion, such that the people are not receiving it, right? I have the words, the message to pass across, but everything is disjointed, right? It's like noise, right? So that even though I have the message, you cannot receive it because it's not coming in a reading, in the right reading or vibration that's suited for them to embrace it, right? So I have a message. I need to be able to communicate it in such a way that people can be relaxed enough to listen to the words, listen to the message, listen to that which I'm trying to pass across, right? I should not be just jumping all around and creating noise, right? Communication, it's something that follows a particular rhythm, and typically it's a rhythm that finds a resonance with the rhythm of the audience that that are listening to you. Because don't forget, communication is a two-way thing, right? So they have to be able to hear what I'm saying and reply, and I reply, and all of them have to be in some kind of resonance, rhythm, right? Even though they're not talking, but from all their expressions, they're laughing, their gesticulation, you're receiving something. You're receiving whether your message is being taken, not taken, accepted, not accepted, are they open to it? And all of that's taking place in the mind of the communicator, right? Even though I'm talking right now, I'm listening to all the vibes coming in. Even though I'm not seeing anybody, but I can sense the vibes coming back to me. And that affects the way I talk, right? Because of the continuous communication process, right? And that's just a life of a communicator, right? As you get expertise in communicating, you get to understand how to listen to your audience and get that reading going, right? Because if you're not in that reading, your message will not get home as it's supposed to get. And pretty much that's just that. And just to emphasize that, communication is not just about words, like I said before. It's the whole of your body, right? It's the way you speak, your intonation. I know the way I speak. Some people just want to hear me talk, not necessarily because of what I'm saying, but because of the way I'm saying it, right? And that's important, right? That's important, but it's good. I just have to get them to go beyond just hearing the way I talk, right? It's one thing that I can get their attention. The next thing is for me to use that attention to get the message through, right? But the whole of your being, it's communicating. So you have to hold what you have and know how to use it to get your message across, right? And that's all it talks about, aligning your asset. Your asset is everything about you, your life, your person, your body, the way you dress, the way you talk, the way you gesticulate, all of that, it goes into the message. that makes a difference as to what the person is hearing and not hearing, right? And here it still talks about the fact owning what you have, owning your asset, owning what you have and what you don't have also, right? Because I mean, I don't talk like some people. I don't have that, right? I'm not going to try to be what I'm not, right? You have to be authentic, legitimate by honing you and using you to get your message across, right? You don't have to be anybody. Whatever you have is enough. Whatever you don't have, you don't need, right? And that's important, right? And yeah, just talks about the clothes, right? As pretty much, and people come to the clothes from different angles depending on the way you're talking, your audience and all that. But the closer is pretty much just getting our last punch in, making sure that whatever it is you're communicating is not lost in all the gesticulations or examples or whatever else you've done. You need to make sure if there's a point that you want to get across, you need to hammer it in. You need to make sure it's not lost in all the other things that you have said, in the examples or stories. Just make sure that you drive your point home. So it might just be a summary. This will differ depending on the audience you're speaking to. It could be some kind of summary, whatever. But the whole intent is to make sure that the core of your message is not missed by the people you're communicating with. They don't run away with something else other than what it is you intended in your communication. Like Jim Rohn would say, the essence of communication is action, right? So you have to ensure that they get the action that is required by reason of your communication, right? So depending on the audience you have, you can do this in different ways. But all you're trying to achieve is to ensure that the action you're looking for is what you get, is what you get, right? Pretty much. And that's really the close